Joe Booney and Joe Sports Channel proudly present Respect Women 110% t-shirts. These shirts come in 4 different colors: blue, pink, green, and yellow. These shirts cost exactly $25 US and Canadian. With each purchase, $5 will be donated to the Women's Breast Cancer Research Awareness. And don't forget, every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go to YouTube and search up Joe Sports Channel to catch up on new sports news and any special guests that may appear. And if you want to purchase more merchandise, go to joebooney48.wixsite.com/merch.
Welcome to Joe Sports Channel. You can follow me on Joe the Fighting Joe on Instagram. You can follow me on Taker Devil on hashtag Joe Sports Channel. Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls of all ages, it is January 9th, 2021. I hope everybody is having a glorious Saturday evening. Folks, 1 week ago, it felt like the best time of my life last Saturday, and then we got a lot of problems during the week, but we're finally back on show. I'm grateful and I'm thankful, and I can't thank the mighty God enough for giving me this opportunity to come on the show, because you know what? There's been so much hassle. There's been so much BS all around this beautiful world in this country, but let's get into the National Hockey League and let's get into sports. First of all, the National Hockey League is back on January 13, 2020. The Montreal Canadiens are in action against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I have somebody who wants to address the Booney Believers and wants to address the National Hockey League. So, folks, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome in Brother Oos. Welcome on the show, brother.
Hi, Brother Oos. How's it going?
I am doing fantastic, man. When Joe Sports Channel is live and when the Booney Believers are active, I am doing great. How you doing, Brother Oos?
Excellent. I'm still watching the Tampa Bay game.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in action against the Washington football team. But this is not about football this weekend. It's about the National Hockey League and about the Montreal Canadiens and Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, you told me before the show something about the IIHF World Juniors Championship. Can you go back and flash back to what you said?
Well, you have to bring up the. I think you should bring up the topic first.
Well, I'll bring it up. Great point, actually. Thank you for throwing that. So, folks, this doesn't make sense. We have a 2021 regular season Canadian division from, we got the North, we got the Calgary Flames, the Edmonton Oilers, the Montreal Canadiens, the Ottawa Senators, Toronto Maple Leafs, Vancouver Canucks, and Winnipeg Jets. But let me hold you for a sec. Pause for a sec. Last week, Team USA defeated Team Canada in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And we had Team Russia, Team Sweden, Team... Who else would we have? We had Team US, Team Russia, Team Sweden. We had Team Czech Republic. We had all these teams from Europe come to Canada and they played in a bubble. You call that a bubble, but the National Hockey League wants to have a Canadian division? Mojo, like what the hell's going on?
I call bullshit.
Like, I understand,
The
the
Americans were even here.
The Americans were here. U.S. was here. That won the World Juniors on Canadian soil.
America was here because America took Canada to town 2-0.
They took them to town to 2-0. Absolutely. And I just don't understand how you have the World Juniors from Team Sweden to Team Russia to Team Slovakia to all those teams from Europe come on Canadian soil. They can play, but the Toronto Maple Leafs can't play the Boston Bruins. Are you kidding me? Gary Bettman, get your gluteus maximus together. Unbelievable World Juniors, but this doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Let me go back to this, the 2021.
And as well, sorry to interrupt you, Joe.
Go ahead.
But I want to say something before I forget.
Yes.
I think I forgot my topic. I'll be back on it.
You'll be back on it. Man, I hope you don't have Alzheimer's at the age of 35 years old. But listen, the 2021.
I heard from somebody, I don't know if it's from you or from somebody else, that there's no contact this year.
Let's talk about that a little bit later on the show. So you got the North again. You got the Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers, Montreal Canadiens, Ottawa Senators, Toronto Maple Leafs, Vancouver Canucks, and Winnipeg Jets. You're not going to see the Maple Leafs against Boston. You're not going to see Montreal versus Boston, the original six. You're not going to see the Rangers against Montreal. No, the West, you got the Anaheim Ducks, the Arizona Coyotes, Nazem Kadri and the Colorado Avalanche, the Los Angeles Kings, the Minnesota Wild, the San Jose Sharks, the St. Louis Blues, and the Vegas Golden Knights. On the Central side, you got the Carolina Hurricanes, you got the Chicago Blackhawks, you got the Columbus Blue Jackets, you got the Dallas Stars, you got the Detroit Red Wings, you got the Florida Panthers, you got the Nashville Predators, and you got the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now in the East, this makes me kind of confused, my beautiful people. Believe me, you got the Boston Bruins, Buffalo Sabres, New Jersey Devils, New York Islanders, New York Rangers, Philadelphia Flyers, Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Washington Capitals.
To me, it still doesn't matter.
It's not about what's making
all this garbage going around in the NHL.
It's making me confused. The World Juniors.
Either way, they still got to travel.
Yeah.
They still got to play. They got to sleep in hotels if they're not going home right away, which they probably don't. They shower.
Well, they got hotels.
They get back in their bus and they leave.
They got hotels.
So they're still interacting with people. So to me, it doesn't make sense. There's still the coronavirus all around Canada, not just in the U.S.
No, everywhere. It's all over the country.
Europe.
It's all over the country.
The virus is all over. It's
Tell me about what
everywhere.
happened last week.
It's killing the world.
It is.
It's not just killing Canada or North America. It's all over the world.
It is all over the world, King Goose, and I just don't understand the fact that the World Juniors can be played in Canada, and an American team can come play here on Canadian soil, and Russia can come to Canada. I don't understand that, King Goose. Call Gary Bettman on right now. Seriously, get me his number. Absolutely hideous. Doesn't make sense. Anyways.
It doesn't make sense at all, man. It doesn't make sense at all. It's just baloney. It's BS. It's garbage.
It absolutely is BS. But let's move on because you know what?
I know what I'm talking about. Like one of the commentators said for the Raptors, when one of the guys used to shoot the ball, take out that garbage.
Get that garbage out of here from Jack Armstrong, who's on my show.
That's what Gary Bettman should do. Get that garbage thought out of here.
Gary Bettman is, let me tell you something, folks. There's some days I like him, some days I don't. I don't like him right now. It's like a burnt toast. That toast is burnt. You can't even take a bite out of that. Seriously. Now, let's move on to a different topic because you know what? My blood pressure is 185 out of 97 right now. Now, the Montreal Canadiens are in action against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, what is the future like for Carey Price and the Montreal Canadiens, King Goose? Do you have anything to say as a Canadiens fan that you've been a Canadiens fan for years? Anything you like to say to the Canadian fans and Carey Price's future in Montreal or what?
Myself, by the way, I was looking at him last year. I think he's done.
And why so?
I think he's done. I think Montreal is done with him.
Best goaltender in the National Hockey League.
But I hope not, though. I like Carey Price. In my eyes, he's one of the best goalies in the league.
He is the best goaltender in the league. The facts
one of
are right
the
there.
best. No. To me, the best goalie.
He is the best goalie. That's the facts, King Goose. He's number one.
The best goalie, the number one goalie, to me in the NHL is a Leaf. And I hate the Leafs.
He's one of the best. Frederick Anderson.
Is that his real name? Frederick Anderson? Or is it Anderson? I think.
Frederick Anderson. Yes, the Dutchman. Yes. He's unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. He took the Leafs far. But still not to the playoffs. Still not to the Stanley Cup.
No. Let me stop you for a sec. Let me correct your beautiful mind up there, King Goose, because I know you were in the hospital at that time. Yes, he took us to the playoffs, but we lost in the postseason. But I get it. No, he didn't take us to the Stanley Cup. No, the whole team didn't. Right? So.
Yeah, you can't blame a goaltender. Just like in football, to me, you can't blame a quarterback.
No.
He has to have that line around him. If he does not have that line around him, the defense or the offense, he can be number one, top. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Anderson, Price, you don't have that line around you, you can't perform to your best.
But let me ask you a question.
There's no, as everybody knows, there's no I in team. There's no number one.
But let me pause you for a sec. Let's get off topic and talk about the football quickly. You were at my house earlier today. You had some Arabic food with us, unbelievable Lebanese food. You said Carson Wentz was the problem. Are you changing your mind now, King Goose?
Still no.
So you don't think Wentz is the problem in Philadelphia?
No.
Okay. No. I just
want to go football and ask me about Philly. To me, it's the coaching, it's the staff, it's the GM. Because the way I think of it, in hockey or in football with players and defense and offense and whatever, don't go get some garbage and then expect him to come in when your best gets injured.
You're right. I agree with you 100% on that, 110% on that. Seriously. You totally make sense. And
it's like, okay, for football, you got Brady and Gronk. When Brady was injured, sorry, not Gronk.
Adam is saying, but Philly is injured. Many are injured. So it isn't Wentz's fault. But I know at times when you were at my house and you got frustrated, you even told me if Carson Wentz goes to the New England Patriots, you are going to Sport Check or to lids.com or Dick's Sporting Good, and you're going to order that jersey and you're going to burn it in fire. Do you regret saying those words, King Goose? That's very hard.
Right? And I don't care how much it could be $1 million. I'll go burn it.
But why? For what reason? What did the guy do to you? Why do you hate him so much? I know this is off topic. We're talking hockey.
Do you remember I said Patriots jersey? I didn't say Eagles jersey.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, King Goose. I'm saying Patriots. But why would you burn Carson Wentz jersey? The guy who gave you all what it takes to go to Philadelphia. And actually, if you want to say it this way, he took you to the playoffs and Nick Foles won it for you. He finished it with the Super Bowl. But why, King?
Yes, like, okay, he took us to the playoffs. He took us to the Super Bowl. But Nick Foles ended up winning for us.
No, absolutely.
What happened to Nick Foles when he went to Chicago?
Yeah.
He was amazing in Philly.
He absolutely was. He's a backup.
Garbage in Chicago.
Yeah. Well, he went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. He signed for a big contract. I think it was first or second game. He was injured. He was done for like 8-9 weeks. And Johnny Savage is looking at me and he's going crazy. Nick Foles is not a starting quarterback. He's a backup quarterback. Believe me, he is. Ooze, back to hockey, because I know this is a show all about hockey and about other things too, but we can talk about football as well. Montreal Canadiens are in action against the Toronto Maple Leafs at 7 p.m. on Sportsnet 590. Do the Canadiens have what it takes to beat a good Toronto Maple Leafs team this year? Because I'm going to talk about the Leafs in a second.
I hope so, because I don't like the Leafs at all.
Okay, so Toronto Maple Leafs getting a veteran named Joe Thornton. He had his legacy in San Jose, a phenomenal player, unbelievable. He will be playing on Austin Matthews' line and Mitch Marner line. Folks, I'm telling you, I say this every single year, but this year I have the belief and I have the faith in the mighty God is watching. I believe the Toronto Maple Leafs can win this Stanley Cup this year under one condition. If we can all stay healthy, we finally have goaltending, we finally have defense, and we have the best offense in the National Hockey League. But we just need to put our skates on, put our boots on, however you want to call it, go on the ice and compete because there's only 56 games this season due to COVID-19. That's what the Maple Leafs are all about. 1967 was the final time the Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup. It's pretty sad. It's pretty embarrassing. But I'm proud that I stand with the blue and white in me. I remember back in 2013 when the Boston Bruins were down 4-1 with 10 minutes and 48 seconds left. My mother jinxed the whole nation, jinxed the whole Toronto area, jinxed Canada in general. They came back and won 5-4 in overtime. My heart was in pieces, shredded like a piece of paper going down the drain. Leaf fans this year, we're going to do well.
Hey, bro?
Yes.
And that's when I took my Leaf jersey because I was a true Leaf fan.
I know you were. I know you were.
Ever since growing up, ever since I can remember.
Okay, wait, King Goose for a sec. If you listen, you just go back to your words. What you said. You said you were.
I took my Leaf jersey and I burnt it and I went to Montreal.
You burnt your jersey. You said you were a true Leaf fan. A true Leaf fan never leaves his team. So were you really called? Excuse me. Were you really called a true Leaf fan, or were you one of those guys who jump on another boat?
No, I was always a Leaf fan.
So what made you change your mind? Boston Bruins coming back from a 4-1 victory to win 5-4 in overtime.
BS.
You think it was BS? I think it was a lot to do with BS. You know, I can't blame James Reimer. That was actually a 48-game season that year. I think there was a lockdown in the National Hockey League. There was a strike, actually. I think that was the second strike they ever had. And again, I wasn't a fan of Gary Bettman. I'm not a fan of him now. Celebrating already, Booney Believer. Hey, buddy, this guy is for real. The Washington football team are playing tough. Yeah, they are playing tough. But I'm excited. I'm really, really excited for this season. I'm just very disappointed in the outcome, what's going to happen. Because let's say we played the 56 games. Let's say the Leafs have to play Boston. Who's going to finish up in the Stanley Cup final? You know what I mean, Oos? If the Montreal Canadiens, let me share this screen. And you know what? I'm so thankful for StreamYards. Every day I thank them. I used to write everything on a piece of paper. Now everything is technology. Technology, just share the screen and everything's there. You know, it's like you're watching Fox News or Fox Sports or one of the big networks. Okay, not here. Let's go to, right, here we go. Okay. We got the regular season division. That's what I said. Okay, you got the 2021 season opener. So you got from the north side, you got Thursday, January 14th, the Calgary Flames at the Winnipeg Jets. Wednesday, January 13th, the Edmonton Oilers are in action against the Vancouver Canucks. The Vancouver Canucks are in some business this year. After last year's performance, they were, one series away from the Stanley Cup. One or two series away from the Stanley Cup. They are in for an action. You got Wednesday, January 13th, the Montreal Canadiens against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Friday, January 15th, you got Ottawa versus Toronto. Wednesday, January 13th versus Montreal. Wednesday, January 13th against Edmonton. Thursday, January 14th versus Calgary. You can see the North, you can see the West, you can see the Central, and you can say the East. Now, I know it's very early to call this, King Goose, but actually somebody said Canadian division is going to be great. What do you have to say to that?
We'll have to watch it to see it.
You have to watch it to see it. It's very frustrated. I really am with this division. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of it at all. And people say, why? Well, again, if you didn't hear me, I'll say it one more time for the last time. How can Team Sweden step on Canadian soil? How can Team USA, baby, can step on Canadian soil? How can Team Russia step on Canadian soil. I just do not understand. What do you think of the Joe Thornton top line? Yeah, that's going to be phenomenal, man. You got Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner and Joe Thornton. That's going to be a line to never forget. That's going to be history in the books. Yes, the Washington Capitals will be a good team. I don't think they will win the Stanley Cup, but I think they're one of the dangerous teams out there. They had, Boston Bruins getting rid of their captain, number 33, Zdeno Chara, the big Slovakia man, going from Boston to Washington, signed a 1-year contract. They're going to be really good. And you know what? I wished Toronto picked up Zdeno Chara. That would have been something else. Have Big Thornton and Big Chara on that same line with Marner and Matthews. Folks, we're great now, but we'll be better than ever before. So it's going to be really good. It's going to be really good. But I'm excited. I'm so excited for Wednesday. I think we got a very good potential of going all the way if we stay healthy. And I think we're going to slice and dice those Montreal Canadiens. And finally, we actually can play in Toronto. And finally, you can see the Vancouver Canucks play in Vancouver. And going back to what I was saying, those Canucks are something else. And I miss the Sedin brothers. I really do. Uj, do you like the Sedin brothers? King Goose?
Yeah.
Are you falling asleep over there?
No, I'm just listening.
Sorry. What did I say? Are you following? Oh my God! For the love of God! Now I forgot what I said. Because you're not paying attention. You're watching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No, I actually turned off the game. I'm not listening to it or watching.
What did I say, folks? My mind is all over the place now. See what happens? What King Goose does to me. Anyways, refresh my mind, folks. Montreal. What do you think about Corey Perry coming to Montreal, Bruce?
I don't like it. I think he's too old.
He could help that lineup. You need some veteran guys on that team. And Max Domi leaving Montreal. You think that was a big mistake by the Canadians doing that?
Yeah, big mistake. They should have re-signed him.
You like Domi, right?
Yeah.
I used to be a huge Max Domi fan when he was in London, playing for the Knights, and he went to Montreal. Yeah, he did okay, but the last little while I'm a fan of him, but I wasn't impressed by his skills and by his action. He didn't play right. Maybe it was the bubble. I don't know. I think the bubble was all right in the National Hockey League, but his performance wasn't the same as I usually see him as a London Knight. So that's going to be really good. So it's going to be a good season. And let's bring up the Toronto Maple Leafs schedule, because I know Leaf fans and Leaf Nation want my intake on this. So let's close this off. We have the Buccaneers are up 21-16. The Washington football team are looking very good. So let's share this screen and let's talk about the Maple Leafs, and let's move on to one of King Oose's topics for the big night. Okay. So again, we have it's going to be a very interesting season. Got the Leafs 2021 season. This is on ESPN, so just put in ESPN/NHL/team/schedule and whoever you like. So you got Montreal, first game, second game Ottawa, third game Ottawa again. We play the Winnipeg Jets, we play the Edmonton Oilers, we play the Oilers again back-to-back. We play the Flames back-to-back. We play the Oilers again back-to-back. We play the Canucks 3 games in a row. That's like a baseball series between the New York Yankees or Toronto Blue Jays. Actually, 1, 2, 3, yes. We play the Canadiens twice again. We play the Senators 3 times again. We play Montreal again. We play Calgary twice. We play Edmonton twice again, actually 3 times. Vancouver twice again, 3 times against the Jets, one time against the Senators on March 14th, twice against the Flames. Oh, boy. Again, Ottawa, 2 games against Edmonton. We got Winnipeg again. I'm getting really bored just saying this already. 2 games against the Flames, 1 game against Montreal, 1 game against Ottawa, 1 game against Montreal, 1 game against Calgary, again Winnipeg, Vancouver twice, 3 times against the Jets, Montreal, Vancouver, Montreal, Ottawa, and twice against Montreal. Man, I don't know about this. I absolutely don't know. Seriously, I absolutely don't know about this. This doesn't look fun at all. I don't know. Plus no fans in the arenas. I don't know. I'm kind of concerned. Are you kind of concerned about the Canadian division, Oos?
No, not really.
You're not concerned at all?
No.
And why so?
We have to see the way they play their first couple games, and then we'll go from there to see if I get concerned.
It's just I don't like seeing my team at least playing Edmonton 3 times, or we play Ottawa 3 times. I don't like that. I like playing one team and then going to the next. I wanted to see the Toronto Kings against Boston Bruins because guess what? Achara is not there anymore. And guess who's the captain? Bergeron. Bergeron is the captain. Finally, 34 years old, 35 years old. Finally, is the captain. I knew eventually they're going to put the C on Patrice Bergeron. Phenomenal player. I love that guy. Good Canadian. I think he's actually from Nova Scotia, like Crosby. Because I remember a few years ago when I went with my parents up to Halifax, Nova Scotia, I saw Cindy Crosby in this red Ferrari with Bergeron. Was it Bergeron? It was Bergeron or Marchand. And man, oh man, they just looked phenomenal, living the good life, making the millions and millions of dollars. But when those people make millions of dollars, especially the hockey players, especially Crosby, they give back to the hospitals, to sick kids, to scientists, to all that. So it's going to be really, really fun, and I'm excited, and I just can't wait for some games, but other games I'm kind of very concerned about. Washington Capitals won the Stanley Cup. I don't know. I got to put this one up. I really got to put this up. Where is it? Because he's having a phenomenal game today. Seriously, he's absolutely having a phenomenal game. And folks, we had some breaking news earlier. King Lundqvist, now a Vancouver Canuck, a former New York Ranger, had 5-hour-plus heart surgery. The surgery was a success, so praise to him, praise to his family. I hope he's okay. I don't know if we'll ever see him put skates on and go back on the ice, but I'm glad he's okay. He's a human being, and my prayers are to him. I prayed for that boy. I love that guy. Phenomenal goalie, a future Hall of Famer. So congratulations to Henrik Lundqvist on his surgery. That went success. Anybody who's in sports, anybody in general who have heart conditions that go through surgery, my prayers are with them. And Oos can tell you had 13 plus heart surgeries, Oos, right?
Yep.
And you know exactly what it feels like after.
It's going to take a while for recovery. Years.
Yes. But was 5-hour plus surgery pretty good compared to what you had?
No.
You had what, 13, 14 hours? What was the longest you had, if I don't mind you asking?
Longest surgery?
Yeah.
I think it was 14 hours.
14 hours. So let's do the math for a sec. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 9 hours more than Henrik Lundqvist. Wow. That's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. That's you're a warrior, Mojo. You're a warrior, King Goose. You really are. You're God put you on this planet for a reason, and I'm glad you're with us today. I'm glad you can speak to the Booney believers, and I'm glad you believe in me. And we all prayed for you that day. We all prayed for you 13 plus surgeries, and I'm glad we can hear that beautiful golden voice of you on the show tonight. So thank you for coming to the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking time.
I'm happy to be on the show. I'm grateful to be on the show tonight.
I'm very grateful. And hopefully we can go watch some London night games together when this coronavirus ever can get out of control. You know?
I hope so.
It would be absolutely phenomenal. It really would be. And I don't know if you know, guys, or King Goose, but Corey Crawford was going to be a New Jersey Devil, and he announced his retirement after 10 years, 2 Stanley Cups, and he had trophies and all that. So Corey Crawford is retired. Do you have anything to say on Corey Crawford? Because I know you like the Blackhawks and especially Jonathan Toews.
Wow, that guy had an unbelievable years.
He did an unbelievable run. I remember.
Great goalie, an all-out great person. Amazing person.
What was your best memorable moment watching him? When they won the cup the first time or the second time?
Very first.
First. I remember watching when they won the cup. I think it was Game 6 or Game 7, and the unbelievable save that he had. He robbed Patrice Bergeron, and not only that, they scored 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. And I met the man, and you met the man too, King Goose. You remember meeting David Bolin?
Oh, yeah.
David Bolin was the guy. Actually, here we go, right here. He signed it when he was holding the cup at the TD Gardens. This guy, guys, something else. Great guy.
I got that guy's signature.
Yeah, do you still have the little picture of him signing it for you?
I have no idea.
I hope he didn't get rid of it.
I didn't get rid of it.
Well, you met Gretz. You
I also don't know if I lost it in a move or where it is.
I hope you have it. If not, I'll give you this one. It's okay. And you met, who else did you meet? Walter Gretzky as well?
Got his autograph.
You got his autograph, huh? You have anything else to say about the National Hockey League before we move on to a different topic?
No, go ahead, move on.
Okay, actually, I want you to bring this up. You told me before the show, so I want you to bring it up. Not Joe Booney. You got to work, my friend. I work all these hours for the Booney Believers. It's time for you to tell the fans what you think about something happening in a few weeks.
What's happening in a few weeks?
You know, come on. I don't
know.
I know this is my show, but you told me before the show there's something happening. There's a big battle of something. Somebody is something in the ring. Oos, come on.
The what? The Royal Rumble?
Yes, the Royal Rumble. Yes, exactly how you said it. What do you think about the last few weeks with Raw and SmackDown?
It was all right. Not the greatest, but it was good. It was good.
Put me on this shit. 1 sec, guys. Jump on, come on in the chat so I can share the link with you. So I can't answer messenger calls right now. I got King Goose, Brother Oos on the phone, so I have to be polite because this man is once in a while comes on the show. So Royal Rumble, it's in a few weeks. Who do you have running the Rumble? Because you said something earlier that kind of made me wonder about Roman Reigns.
I think Reigns is going to take his championship title all the way to WrestleMania.
Think so?
Yeah.
I think Roman Reigns is going to take it to WrestleMania too, and I think, so to say this, but you're not going to like this, I think Brock Lesnar is going to sign a huge contract with the World Wrestling Entertainment and Brock Lesnar, and I think he's going to come in and take the championship. As much as you don't want me to say that, Oos, but I'm truly being honest with you. That's what I believe, and that's what I have in my heart. What my heart's telling me.
I'm biting my tongue towards my feelings towards that.
What feeling do you have? Who do you think's going to take it? Who's going to beat Roman if it goes to WrestleMania? You don't think Brock's going to come in? If you don't think Brock's going to come in, then man, oh man, you haven't been watching wrestling for a very long time. Because you've been seeing it every WrestleMania, every Royal Rumble.
I think he will come back in at WrestleMania, but I hope not. I really don't like that guy with passion.
Now, would you like him if he fought every single Raw and every single SmackDown? Would you like him then?
No, I didn't even like him when he first came to WWE.
And again, you don't like wins. You don't like these guys. You don't like Raj. You don't like Tom Brady, the greatest, the GOATs. Why don't you like Brock Lesnar? You don't like how he speaks to the audience, how he's a puppet around Paul Heyman, or what exactly don't you like about Brock Lesnar? King Goose?
I just think he's a puppet all around.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, all around he's a puppet.
You remember when Eddie Guerrero beat Brock? Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a good, memorable moment to watch. That was something else. My best time watching Brock Lesnar, to be honest with you, was a couple of years ago when he actually got his gluteus maximus just knocked down. Remember when John Cena at SummerSlam had that chain around his knuckles, around his hand, and he just uppercut him right through the what are those called? The steel cage, not the steel cage, where they walk into the arena. What are those called? The steps. Uppercut him. Boom! Knocked him right out. Blood coming down his nose, coming down to his face and neck, and all the way down to his legs and arms. I remember that. That was the best moment I've seen Brock Lesnar get his butt kicked. So let me tell you something. When John Cena fights, especially against Brock Lesnar, he can fight. That's why Cena never gives up. That's why Cena is a 16-time champion, and that's why John Cena will break Ric Flair's record eventually. He will. As much as you don't want me to say that, King Goose, but he will. He will. It took years for Ric Flair to be a 16-time champion. But for Cena, he hasn't been that long as Ric Flair. Ric Flair, back then, the World Wrestling Federation, it was really tough to fight. It was really hard to travel. They didn't make as much money. But now when they make the good money and they have arenas, right now due to COVID-19 and this stuff that was going around, it's harder. But when everything goes back to normal, Cena's going to be a 17-time champion. Absolutely. He's once upon a time, he was the main guy there, At times, I thought he was going to be actually the general manager, When Mick Foley took over, I thought he's going to be, Dolph Ziggler. Like, these guys that kind of put them to the bottom, they're actually guys that should be up here. It's like Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley was supposed to face Brock Lesnar a few years ago at WrestleMania. That's why he came. That's why he came to wrestling. That's why he came back, And he was in the Army. He was in the Army for a very long time. And you know who you say that to? Is Unbleached. Guy from Boston, Massachusetts. So it's going to be interesting. What do you think about Keith Lee, Oos?
I think he should be heavyweight champion by now. He's pretty good.
You like him, huh?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And about Roman Reigns being with Paul Heyman. Said you're a big Roman fan, but you must be a Heyman fan and a Waller's fan. Right?
I hate Heyman.
You don't like him, huh?
No. I like Roman, but I don't like Heyman.
So what's going on with Roman and Paul? Why did Vince McMahon or whoever put those guys together? Why so?
I don't know. Vince McMahon probably just wanted to do something new.
I think that looks good.
It was always Heyman, Lesnar.
So I remember CM Punk and Heyman. I remember that. That was really good.
Oh yeah, sorry, and CM Punk.
I remember that. That was fun. That was really fun. And I miss CM Punk. And you know what? They screwed him over. Vince McMahon screwed him over. And I get it. I understand. Okay. But you don't screw a guy, especially at the Royal Rumble. Guy who was supposed to win it for you. Guy was supposed to win the title for the company in front of thousands and thousands of people. I don't remember if it was at the TD Gardens or in Washington, D.C., but anyways, it was a total mistake. It was a mess up. He made a mistake like he did against Montreal Screwjob when Bret the Hitman Hart got screwed against Shawn Michaels. And you know exactly that match when Bret the Hitman Hart got some spit in his mouth, got some spit, and just spit right on Vince McMahon. I remember that. That was something to never forget, the Montreal Screwjob, And his brother died, what was his brother's name again?
Owen.
Owen Hart, too. Owen Hart. Were you born then?
Yeah.
You were born then? Okay. To the fans out there, you guys have any questions to ask? It's been a great show. And you know what? I love these shows sometimes. They're quiet, but they're good because I'm here. The beautiful people are here, the booty believers, and I got King Goose here, who's a believer in me. I love that. Sometimes I like a lot of people on my show. Some days I just like it relaxing. It's like when you watch a television show. It's like when you're watching a football game with you got popcorn and you got your girlfriend next to you. It's like that, but it's better because you're the guys who made me who I am today. Remember that. Trust me. How's the football game going? Let's see. 28-16 with 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Man, the Washington football team are still hanging in there. Their boots are still tied up. You know? Looking good, folks. Guys, what do you think about John Tavares scoring a really nice goal today? It was Team Blue against Team White. I saw the highlights on Facebook. Actually, they were still playing, but there were some highlights. I'm following a Maple Leafs page. I don't know exactly what their names are called on that page, but I'm following them. There we go. You know what's really good, too? That, I don't know if you guys know this, but what is it? A couple of days ago, a good friend of mine from Lubbock, Texas, John Lodonatis, got something in the mail, and I should play the video for you guys. It's about 15 minutes. It's pretty good. I really enjoyed it, and I got him this for his Christmas, and he was right on one pick. He said the Bills are gonna win. So congratulations to the Buffalo Bill fans. Over 25 years, you guys haven't won a playoff game. You finally did after years and years of hard work. So congratulations. I said the Rams are going to win. I'm 2 for 2. I'm going to be 3 for 3. So I'll be 3 for 3, and he'll be. So he picked Tampa Bay, and he picked Buffalo. So he'll be 2 for 1. So let me show you guys this video. This guy's a true legend. Seriously, John, I know you'll be watching this video later on, and man, I love you. And that show last night. You killed it. And way to go on Ron. Ron did a phenomenal job. So let's go to history. This is pretty good. There we go. YouTube.
Should be both. I think it's 105.
Why is it acting up now? One sec. No. Guys, take a look at this. First of all, before I play this, I got this for Christmas from Mr. Lodonatis. It says, if you're not with me, then you're a horse's ass. I remember him a couple of times saying that on the show, and when he was down here, when we were driving from London, Ontario to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, this maniac was going just crazy on the road. We thought he was drunk or something, and he said that. So I said to myself, you know what? Let me get something for John, something like that. And I said to myself, what did he say? What did he say? And then I kind of remembered, and I didn't. And then I remember that I thought about what he said, and then I got him this shirt. So watch this. I'll play a little bit of it. Maybe not all of it. Maybe I'll just play the national anthem when he says I got him the shirt, and that's it. It's pretty long.
How are you doing, everybody? It's John Lodonatis. John Lodonatis Live with my show here. And we're going to get started here in a minute, but stop. I show people, if you didn't see it already, this nice shirt my friend Joe Mooney got for me for Christmas, all the way from Florida. Look at that, eh? What a good picture of him here. What do you think of that logo? If you're not with me, your horse's ass. I'll tell you right now. That's the way it goes. But anyway, all right. Got a few things to talk about. We're going to talk sports right away here. NFL Wild Card Weekend.
So, yeah, that's what I got for Mr. Laurinaitis. I don't know. King Goose, did you see that video of John with his new shirt on?
I believe so.
You've seen that? I think I shared it to you. I shared it to a lot of people out there who support Mr. Laurinaitis. We're going to go for another few minutes, guys. It's sometimes we have these shows and they're kind of just quiet. Again, I love it. It's like relaxing, watching a movie with your girlfriend, having a relationship, watching a football game, quiet, and having Brother Goose on the phone, King Goose, however you want to call it, is an honor. King Goose, do you have any other things to kind of want to bring up on the show tonight, or you kind of want to end it with a good positive note?
No, just end on a good positive note, Goose.
Good positive note. So I want to just say one more time, King Goose, it was more than an honor having you on the show, calling in. I really appreciate it. And before I let you go, are you coming over tomorrow for the 3 other games?
I hope so.
I hope so. It's going to be good, man. There are a lot of good football games tomorrow, and you should go back on TSN on your mobile device and watch the Washington football team against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's a very interesting game now. The score is 28-23, so with 4 minutes and 51 seconds. That'd be a huge upset if the football team can get it done. Even with making it this close, playing good football, congratulations to a 7-9 team and with a backup quarterback. So, Oos, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Allah yahmeek.
No problem, brother.
And,
You're very welcome.
I love you very much, and I'll always pray for you, man.
Love you too, and hope I see you tomorrow.
Inshallah, take care.
So you too.
King Goose from London, Ontario, Canada. My beautiful people, I just want to tell you guys, once again, Alhamdulillah, I'm living this good life. I'm breathing on God's time, making a waste one breath. And people ask me, why do you say that every single day? And why do you say that daily? Because, folks, God is the reason why I'm here today. God is the reason why I'm sitting in this beautiful chair. God is the reason I'm looking at this camera and talking to you guys. And you beautiful people made me the person who I am. I worked very hard to have a show, and I always dreamed about having a show, and I finally got one. And there was something, at times that weren't clicking, and I finally got that opportunity to click. And it's like, when you click this button, sometimes it's frozen, sometimes you don't know what's wrong with the mouse. But I fixed that mouse. Like, that mouse it took some time, but when I fixed it, it got really, really good, and it just kept going with the flow, and I got better people. The batteries were better. They're AAA, and from AAA to went higher and higher and higher, and I'm here today. Look, I've always believed in having my own show, but I've never kind of, I've never thought I would actually have people like Jack Armstrong, Joe Boland, Bob Rathburn, people like that. Even, the fans that support me, the audience. I never thought I could actually have that, but when the moment that I fixed that button, anything was possible. And it's been an honor, and I hope this network can go on forever and ever, and hopefully one day it can be on television and you guys can watch it on television. But if it isn't, I'll always be here with you. I will always help you guys if you need. And if you guys have any questions, just DM me, Joe the Fighting John, Instagram, and I'm here to help. Like, I love you guys. I love my mother. I love my father. I love my grandparents. And there's not a day that I don't think about you guys. I always think about you guys. I always think how you guys are doing, because not only are my fans, not only are my supporters, but you're in my heart. Like, off camera and off the show, I think about you guys. I think about what I'm going to say for next week's show, because I love that. I love my job. I don't make anything on it. Don't make anything on it. But you know what? What I make is love. And love can never go away. Money comes and goes. Eventually, it comes and goes. Like, it's going to go eventually. But love can never go away. You take that love with you everywhere. And eventually, when you die, that love is still in your heart. So that's called true love. And that's why in a relationship, I would say, well, there's a quote, not my quote, but somebody else's quote. A real man never hurts a woman. God counts every single tear from a woman. if anyone is dealing with relationships or anything like that, just DM me on Instagram or Joe Booty on Facebook, or you can even have my mobile number if you want. Just give me a message, and if you want to talk, I'm here. Like, I just want to help. That's all I want to do. And I don't have to do this, but I do it because I love my job. I love you, and I have people that message me on a daily basis. Joe, when are you going live today? I wasn't sure if I was going to go live today. At times I was just not feeling well, mentally up there. Physically I was good, but mentally I wasn't all there, right? But then I said to myself, you know what? Let's put some stuff to the side and let's deal with it later. And let's come on here and talk the facts about sports and talk about love and having King Goose on my show. That's what I love. And I wasn't going to have that stuff stop me from coming to my show on Saturday at 10:30. If I did, then I'd be weak. Then what the hell am I doing on my show? That's called weakness. I don't like being weak. I don't like losing. There's, winning and losing is great, but that kind of losing, I don't accept that kind of losing. So that thing didn't defeat me. I thought it would, but I didn't. I was tougher than that. So that's how it is. And, before we go, anyone have any questions? Don't forget, Wednesday, January 13th, Montreal at Toronto. Give you a couple more minutes, guys.
Thank you for watching Joe's Sports Channel. See you next Saturday.